Hi everyone, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I am back today with a one-page wonder. So this one's a little different in that I decided to use some 12 by 12 paper. It's double-sided. They're just random pieces I have left from some collections, and then use scraps and ephemera and things that I've been using recently that are in the top of my scrap pile and on my desk. So let me show you what I made. I just tied this one together with some loose seam binding ribbon. You know, you can use whatever you have. And on the front, there's a pocket. And then it opens up, and it opens up like this. And then I put a flip on this page. There's pockets here, journaling spot, journaling, okay. And then this one opens, but this page here is actually a pocket. So that's delightful. And then I layered a pocket on this page. And then here, this opens like this, and there's a pocket, but this is actually removable. So it's another opportunity. You know, this one has a lot of opportunity for journaling. And I didn't decorate the back, I just left the paper. So that is what I have made, and we're gonna make one together. So hopefully the paper I chose will work. A lot of the pieces and bits are from my two different collage kits, and then just some ephemera, scraps, things like that, because that's what I've been working with recently, and that's what I have. Here's some of those cards that I used in the accordion style junk journal that I just had up. So again, just things that are at the top of that pile. All right, so you want to start with a piece of 12 by 12 paper. This is a cardstock weight. I believe this is, both of these were Echo Park papers. I don't know how this is going to work with these daisies, but again, I liked the green and I'm just trying to use up what I have. So we are first going to score our paper, the 12-inch side, at 6 inches. And then we are going to turn it, and we are going to score at 4 and at 8.5. Now, I'm going to quickly, just because this is pretty heavyweight, score on the exact same places, 4, 8.5, and 6, just so that I've scored on both sides. Now, this is my 8.5. And I just want to make sure I hold the paper the right way, because we are going to cut, and we'll be cutting up to the 4-inch mark. So let me just think through that just a second. Yeah. So, all right, I'm good. I'm going to show you guys how to tell what you're doing. So before we cut, let me go ahead and carefully fold on these score lines and do my best to make sure everything is nice and as neat as possible. And I will do a touch of inking so that you can see where I'm going to cut at. I think that will help. So again, just try to fold your paper as neat as you can. Okay, there we go. I don't know which side is going to be easier for you guys to see. Let's see how the green side takes the ink. It's a little less busy. Yeah, I just ink with a heavy hand. How's that? I'm using the Tea-Dye Distress ink by Tim Holtz Ranger, and it's kind of been my one I've been using a lot because it's new to me. I got it a few weeks ago, I guess. So I've been having fun with it, but you can not ink, you can ink with whatever color you want. It's, again, up to you. Okay, so the important thing is to know which section is where you scored the 4-inch, right? and you want it at the top. So that is my 4-inch section. It's just a touch wider than here, which is only 3.5 inches, because this is the 8.5-inch score. So one way to think about it is, you know, have your 4, your 8.5, find your bigger section, however you want to do it, because we are going to cut starting down here all the way up to that score line. And for right now, just do your best to cut like right in the middle. We may trim some of it off as we go to, you know, to make everything look pretty, but just try to cut right in the middle as straight as you can. Okay. And you have something that now looks like this. Okay. So then you want to fold it over with the fold that's left in the top left hand. And you can see, you know, everything isn't exactly perfect, but as we go, we can decide if we need to trim. Now I want the green to end up on the outside. And I'm not sure, I can't remember which way I need to have my paper, if I need to have it like this or the other way. Let's start this way, because I think that will make the green be outside. So have your fold in the top left, start with the flap on the right and fold it over, and then fold it over again. And then turn it over. All I did was flip it over and then start at the right, fold it in and fold it in. And the green is on the outside. If you want the other side on the outside, of course, start the opposite. Now let's see what it looks like. We open it up. We have this one that opens like this. This is where the pocket page is going to be, and this is where I put a flip out. And then this is the pocket with the removable card. Now you could leave this open for another flip out this way. That's up to you. I'm going to make mine just like I did my prototype. So right now I am happy with it. I'm thinking with a little more ink, I'm going to be okay and not need to trim mine up too much. But, you know, if you need to do just a little trim, or once you glue that pocket together, if you need to, you know, just ink it. This paper does have a white core, so it does, to my eye anyway, look pretty bright. So I'm just going through quickly and inking mine. Okay, now just make sure everything is the way I want it. Yes, now we are going to glue this section together. So when you open yours up, you're going to have a flip, and then you're going to have this page. So when you're here, just flip this up. So it looks like that. And we are going to add ink. That ink will not hold it. We're going to add glue along the fold here and along the bottom. And then we're going to push this, you know, pull this one back down or fold it back down, and it will leave, let me grab something. It will leave this open as a pocket. All right. So here we go. Let me do that one more time for you. Start with your cover, open it up. You have a flip page. And now you have this kind of flippy thing. So open it up, add your glue along that fold and right along the bottom. Whoops. You're making a side load pocket. All right. Hopefully everything looks nice and it's nice and neat. You don't really even notice that that's glued together on the spine. Open it up. Now I have this lovely pocket. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to make the flip out page that's going to go right here. So I've tried to go ahead and prep papers and things that I'm going to use. And just to make the video go a little bit quicker, I will put the measurements and the scoring for the base of the folder in the description. And I'll see if I can, you know, do these pockets and flips for you as well. In fact, I may write down the measurements as I go because I haven't written them down. But I'm starting with a piece of paper that is 4.5 inches by 5 3/4 because it is going to become the flip. So let me just really quick grab my pencil. So when I go to do this for you guys, I will be mad at myself if I don't flip. I said 4.5 by 5 3/4. So just look below in the description if you would like the measurements. Now this is printed. That's like a little pink neutral on both sides. That's optional. You know, you can just have it be white. You can layer it with a different paper. Since I want this to be journaling, I think that neutral is just fine. Now, I want this to fit in here nicely, and I am going to fold over probably, let's do about 3/4 of an inch. You can score yours if you want to. I'm eyeballing mine. Here's my crease, so everything will fit in, and that's going to be my flip. It's super easy. I am going to just do a little miter of the corner just because I like how that looks. Okay, and here we go. It's going to be a flip. Now I did, to make it look pretty, or I thought it looked pretty, I did put a little decorative strip. It also made it a little bit thicker. So let's do that. Let me just look at my scraps. Like I said, I have a bunch of them here from these paper kits I've been using. This is from the purple and yellow. I think I'm going to save that butterfly. Maybe just a piece of this. It'll be okay. So I'm just finger tearing because I want it, oh, it's going to be upside down. Pooey. Because I don't want it there. All right, so let's finger tear on this side. There we go. And it's not tall enough. Okay, so let me think about what I want to do. I really wanted it not to be upside down. So I'm going to get a little bit better tear. And I'm going to chop it off so that I have a nice straight edge. Like this. And I think I'm going to then just put a mark there, chop it off. My chopper is small, so that was easier. Okay, now I have a nice decorative edge for my flip out. Of course, depending on what paper you use, this is optional. I just like adding some little, I don't know, little items that make each of these different and unique. So I'm just going to use my glue and we'll pop it down. There we go. That was a lot of tearing to get to that one little piece, wasn't it? All right, let's go ahead and glue this one down. So I'm going to bring it probably pretty close to the edge. So I'm going to add glue just to the flap. This is similar to other flips that I've shown you guys. But I think it takes this One Page Wonder album, you know, just, again, a little extra. Now, I have been obsessed with using these index cards that I have on hand that are naturally vintage. So I'm going to use some of these for my journaling spots because it's quick and easy. These are 3x5 cards. The space could definitely take something a bit larger. I am going to put mine here and then make a decorative little torn piece of paper or a piece of washi, something like that for the top, like I did in the prototype. Now, one thing I also like about this is this flap kind of hides it. So it's not like secret journaling, but it's definitely private. It's definitely, you know, you don't see it when you first open it up. Now this one's here and this one's here. All right, so we did the flip. I'm saving the front for later. On this flap, I did a belly band. So again, using the collage papers, I think makes it fast. This is just 1.5 inches by, let's see, belly band 1.5 by, so it's 1.5 by 5 3/4. Okay, and you can decorate it. You can make yours with whatever paper, you know, however you want to do it. But my scrap pile is enormous, and I've been trying to do a few scrap busters here and there, but goodness, I need to use it up. So this project helps some. Okay, so the colors are a little crazy. I think when I get some more layering going on in here, it's going to be okay. This spot is where I did another just journaling spot. So I'm going to align it from the bottom with this one, and then I'm going to pick paper that coordinates for the little torn topper I'm going to do, because I think that makes it look nice. So again, I'm just going down. Now, if you want to, you could add a little scrappy pad. You could do another flip, a pocket. Again, so many things. That's approximately the same. So, you know, don't feel like you have to do your pages or decorate yours like I am. So this is what I'm thinking, right? Is some little pieces that we can make into a topper. That one's a little bit, it was a little bit, I don't know, taller than I wanted it to be. And now it has these great torn edges. So I'm just going to stick it down. And again, I didn't really plan. I'm just using up my scraps. Same thing here. I'm going to just make it a little more narrow. I don't know, height-wise, shorter. It's kind of weird when you're doing a little piece of paper like this, because this is, I guess, the width and that's the height. Okay, good enough. Fun. And this would be fun if you had, you know, a scrapbook paper collection that you really want to use, and you have, you know, the journaling cards and all the pieces and things. This would definitely lend itself to that. But like I said, I am on a mission to use up some of my scraps. So for this double triangle pocket piece, I started with a piece of paper that is let's just say 4x4 would actually work the best. So let's do triangle pockets, 4x4 square, and then cut on the diagonal. And because I don't want to see the bird upside down, I think I'm going to place it like this and like this. And then we just have this lovely pocket here, and we'll put some things in there that'll, I think, look good. So I want to glue this one down first. It really doesn't matter which one you glue down first, unless you have a preference like I do for the pattern on the paper. They can overlap either way. So thank you guys for being here. Have I said thank you yet? I love when you guys watch my videos and leave me comments. Please do so if you're enjoying my content, leaving me a comment, giving the thumbs up. All of those things are really important and help creators. So thank you. I want you to see why I said make yours a square. because mine was 4¼ by 4 and I cut it and then I turned this pocket. Now I have, you know, they're at different heights. I'm fine with it. It's a junk journal, but you know, if you want yours to match, you don't want to do that. Okay. Now I am going to make this a pocket again to put that folded journaling card in. But if you want to leave this one open and do other things, by all means, make it your own. But if you're going to make yours like mine, I'm just putting glue the top and the bottom, folding it over. This would be a fun one. I could have used like my decorative punch or decorative scissors and made a fun edge right here. I didn't think about that until just now, but that would have been really cute too. All right, on this page, I went ahead and made it before I got on camera because I wanted to do it like I did, if I can find it, like I did my prototype. So all it is just a little pocket, right? But I did also layer another piece of paper behind it to take up, again, a little bit of the pattern. So I did that here. And it's just gonna glue down. And this is a pocket. So if you want to have another tuck spot, you could install this layer differently. You could load from the top or the side. I'm just gonna glue mine down. This one has quite a few pockets and I am happy with it like this. And again, I think with these layers coming in, the daisies and the red aren't really bothering me. It's not really the right color palette in my mind for these scraps, but I'm using what I have and again, making me happy. So that's good. All right, let me remind myself what I did here. Oh yeah, I made a cute little pocket here and we added the flip. I don't know if I prepared a piece of paper. I don't think I did for that pocket. So let's pull out some more of the scraps. This one would be nice, wouldn't it? Now, I have made the journaling card that's going to fit in here. So all I did was I took a piece of paper, and this is 6 by 5, and I just folded it in half. I did layer 2 of those index cards on here for the journaling. And I want to go ahead and slide this in. I love how this looks with that green paper, but that'll help me decide what I want to make my pocket out of too. Yeah, I like this. I do want the torn edge. Kind of keep that going a little. So I'm trying to decide if I want this blue stamp or this much of the blue stamp. I think I'm going to trim it off. You want this again to be a little under 6 inches. If you want it to, you know, this is a 6-inch tall journal or folio. So there, that'll fit in nicely. And again, if you don't want to do a pocket, if you want to do another journaling spot or a different type of pocket, everything works or is optional, right? And you can just really have fun with these. Once you have a basic fold, I think then the decorating and adding the extras are really, you know, part of the fun. All right. You could put a tab on here. You could put a ribbon. So much that we could do. Now let's go back to the front. And I did prepare a pocket and I love that on the green. So again, it's just a piece from one of those collage papers. And if you're new to my channel, I do have an Etsy shop with some digital papers and other items that I sell. And all my links are in the description below. You'll be able to find it. But I'll go ahead again and link these collage papers since I used so many of them. And thank you guys who have purchased my items. It's very sweet. Now, I can decorate this. I didn't really decorate this one at all. We could put one of the quotes on there. There's lots we could do. So let's see how it comes together with the different pieces, and then we can decide. And when I say the different pieces, I mean the things I'm going to be tucking in. So I did go ahead and, because I've made ephemera so many times, I'll show you what I've made, and then we'll see what fits where nicely. This is just a journaling card, and I used one of the index cards, layered some of the collage paper, folded it over, added a hand-torn tab, and a ribbon. Okay, and then this one is just, oh, I did a fun kind of torn layer on it, but again, just part of one of the pages into a journaling card, and I can add ribbons and things as we go. Journaling cards. These are just, I haven't even layered these yet or anything, but to just tuck in pockets. So I'm thinking, I think I like that on the front. It's a little short though. But I like it. We'll just put it there. Maybe we'll do or we could extend it or do a ribbon topper, but I'm going to put it there for right now. All right, and this is kind of what happens when you just make ephemera and you're like, I think it's gonna look nice. It just, you kind of have to play with it and decide as you go. Oh, this card though, I do know that I made for this pocket because I wanted it to be big enough that it didn't disappear in there and you can see the ribbon sticking out. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then I want to make sure I knew I needed something a little narrow, and this one fits great for this pocket. And I think that'll cover it up, you know? So it's kind of like, oh, it's a surprise. And I want something here. I don't even know if I guess that'll be fine there. Yeah, I think it goes like that. That butterfly's just flying upside down. And then we'll just put the rest of the pieces I had pulled out in this pocket. Again, it's eclectic, it's different, I like it. It's a variety of crazy colors. All right, so let's come back here to the front, and I have this little fella too. I was thinking I might find a place for him. I don't want to cover up that rose, but I do kind of like the idea of clipping him somewhere or gluing him down. He has those little faux clips. I think this is a piece from one of Sylvia's papers at Las Niñas Amores. And I have, I think, a video recently of me using these. Cuteness. Let's just put him on there. Why not? Just to add a little bit. Like I said, I kind of did a lot of the work offline this time because I didn't want this video to be crazy long. I'm feeling like this could use something. So I'm digging through and looking for some of my, yeah, some of these. Some of the quotes. Because I think either of these colors would look really pretty. So we'll use this one just for the heck of it. It says, I'll read it to you. This is my handwriting. So this is from Alice in Wonderland. It's no use going back to yesterday because I was a different person then. Love that one. And it's true. We're always learning, evolving, changing, and becoming new versions of ourselves. There. I'm going to tear that just a touch more. And add some ink. Probably add a ribbon to this card and then wrap some around and be done. How does that sound? Part of me wants to cover up the headless bird, but I think it looks better right there. So, sorry, birdie. She'll be okay. All right. Now I'm going to use my slot punch. On this one, I did the ribbon to the side. On this one, I think I'm going to do it to the top because this is a little short for this piece. Like I said, I may later make it bigger. by adding another layer on the card. Let's see. There's a piece of that. Let's use a piece of this, and this and that. I think I'll put this one around. We'll see if it's long enough. It's what I have left, so I think we'll just make it work. There. Very cute. I don't have to tuck it all the way down. I can kind of just let it come up like that. Oh, guys, I think I like it. I think I like it. Again, you can make all kinds of different ephemera or use things that you already have in your stash for this one. Pretty, right? Okay, so this is going to be plenty long. I'm going to leave enough to tie it. We'll come around a few times. It's probably more than I need. I'll probably cut some off and make it shorter. So someone, when I was trying to figure out how long I needed a ribbon recently, thank you so much for this, said, have you tried, you know, using the however many times the width of your project? So if I know I want it to go all the way around, I need like 2 lengths, right? And I like this one about 3 times around. So that was 1 time. That's 2 times. That's 3 times, and then enough to tie. So I'm going to see if this works. I think it will. Now I have that for something else. And 1, 2, 3. Look at that. She's a brilliant woman, and I'm sorry I'm blanking right now. I knew it was. But thank you, thank you. Brilliant. Just brilliant. Okay. And now I got to share that tip with you guys. And I think it's great. All right. There we have it. They look similar, different papers, different ideas. Use whatever you have on hand, and I hope you have fun with this one. Please let me know what you think. And until next time, everybody have a great day. Thank you.